Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at the Super Terebikun and Kamen Rider Geo Heisei Rider Super File. And basically this is kind of just a large special issue of Terebikun partnering with Kamen Rider Geo to give us a look at all of the Heisei Riders, as well as give us this totally sweet Kamen Rider Laser Ridewatch, which you can see comes in its own packaging right here. So it is a magazine candy toy / gashapon version of a ride watch, so there is a little bit of assembly required. I believe it does come with batteries already though, so that's pretty sweet. But we'll take a little bit closer look at this in a bit, so I'm going to put that off to the side and we can take a quick look at the magazine. So obviously giant picture of the laser ride watch there on the front. You have a picture of all the Heisei riders. Pretty neat. I like the layout. I like the design quite a bit. You have some more guys up here. So very, very, very cool. This is a November issue, I believe. It does say that somewhere up here. November. So just going to go through real quick. So this is a look at the kind of sparkly, metallic-y version of the Geo Ride Watch that is part of the Choco promotion. I don't know if you have to find something inside, like specially marked boxes, like a golden ticket situation, or if it's a proof of purchase situation, but it looks like there's about 2,000 of them. I think it might be like a golden ticket situation. But either case, pretty cool. I like the kind of metallic-y nature to it. I think that's kind of neat. Here is the Christmas version of the Geo Ride Watch, which is apparently going to be offered with this cake. And then we get a quick look at the Candy Toy Set 02, which has Heisei, Fies, X-Aid, Evolt, and Snipe. Over here you just have a picture of Gates and Geo. And then we just kind of launch into some cool pictures here with some different armors, with the ride watches. This is the wizard form. This is kind of my first full look at the wizard form, and that's really neat. I love the cape pieces. And the giant wizard ring shoulder pads is really fun. So that's really neat. I'm excited for that. Heisei armor, Fies armor, which we've seen recently. Then we have the Genom armor, as worn by Gates, with the Genom ride watch down there. I believe that's going to be some kind of promotion a little bit later on. So we'll see if we actually get it. But here's the O's ride watch with the O's armor. And then here's a look at all of the different belts of all the Heisei riders. And then we just kind of get into, not really, I guess maybe little bios, but pictures, all the different forms, which I think is pretty cool. So this 2-page spread is all on Build. This 2-page spread is all on X-Aid. Then we have Ghost and Drive, each get 1 page. I think it's pretty neat though. It shows you all the different forms, shows you the actor, tells you the years and everything. It's kind of a nice book to have if you're new to Kamen Rider, because it can kind of tell you a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I can't read it, but a lot of nice pictures. Here we have Gaim, Wizard. Then we have Heisei and O's. And then Double and Decade. Kiva and Deno. Kabuto and Hibiki. We just got ride watches for both of these guys. Then we have Blade, which I believe comes out towards the end of the month, and Fies, which we've already gotten. And then Ryuki and Agito. And then Kuga. And then just kind of shows off some more ride watches again with the Christmas one. Here's a Build DX. Candy Toy, and then showing off some Gashapon ones. The most recent Gashapon set has Rogue and Brave, which I really need to get both of them. They look fantastic. And then it just shows you a little bit about laser because of the laser Ridewatch that's included. And then a little bit of instructions for putting it together. Also, this looks to be some kind of giant box set, which looks pretty cool. So, very fun magazine. I think, like I said, it's really nice if you are not familiar with a ton of different Heisei riders, because you can get kind of like a little breakdown of each one. If I could read the pages, it'd be even more fun, but even just looking at the pictures is really great. So, very cool little magazine. And I think it says up here that it was 1,900 yen. That's for the magazine and the Ridewatch, not including shipping, obviously. So that's it for the magazine. Let's go ahead and get to the laser Ridewatch. So here is the box that it comes in, which we've already briefly taken a look at. All the different forms of laser up here. Taking a look at the side. Laser Ridewatch. And then here's some instructions here of how to put it together. So let's go ahead and pop this open. Gonna have to go ahead and cut the tape here. There we go. Alright, I have no idea what that says. So here are the two halves of the Ridewatch. Let's go ahead and open this up. So this appears to be the main section with the speaker. Obviously has the piece to pull out for the... There you go. Batteries are included. Very cool. Alright, now I pull out this part, and then it has the little piece that you pop in. So we'll put all this off to the side. So let's take a look at the directions. Also, we have our laser sticker. I'm going to move the camera down a little bit here. Alright, let's see what the instructions have to say. Alright, so you take this half and you put the little watch piece in like this. And it's kind of funny that like you can push it in, but it literally does nothing. It's just for appearances, aesthetic's sake, whatever term you'd like to use. Alright, and then you take this piece. Does this actually turn? I don't think so. And then you put this over top. And there you go. Snaps in. Now this, it almost feels like it turns, but it really doesn't. Is that snapped in all the way? I don't know. It feels like it's not. See what I mean there? The kind of the seam doesn't... I mean, I don't think it's going to come apart or anything, but wish that was snapped in a little better. Alright, then it says to pull out the tab. You can change the batteries if you need to. I guess this is a reset button down here. Yeah, that takes it back to the beginning. Then you just hit the one button. Laser da. Alright, so I guess that's it. The only thing left to do is apply the sticker, which I have to admit I'm a little nervous about, but you guys can watch me do this. We'll see if I flub it up or not. Hopefully I do not. Alright, let's see here. There we go. I think I did pretty well. Let's make sure this goes in everywhere. Alright, that looks pretty good. So you can hit the button on the top, but it literally does nothing. Just keep hitting this button. So this thing is crazy sensitive. So his says critical just like Xade's does. I'm a little bummed that that doesn't really snap in 100%, but otherwise pretty cool. And I kind of wish that this could turn even though it doesn't make sense because it doesn't have the pieces the way a DX one does. And just to show you, here is Xade. So you can see how the pieces are kind of built in and this is meant to turn. So obviously they're made a little differently. I mean, they're still the same size and everything, and I love the fact that they both have the magenta. I think that's awesome. I love Xade's color scheme. So 90s and fun. But yeah, very cool. So I definitely need to get Snipe and Brave, but at least for now. That was timed pretty well, actually. So very cool. Let's go ahead and bring in the GQ driver, and we'll check out some of the sounds here for laser. Alright, so I know technically we've already heard all the sounds that come out of this thing just by cycling through with the button, but I wanted to show you guys how this works, because this is actually the first time I've ever dealt with one that's not a deluxe Ridewatch, and I'm wondering if all the Gashapon Candy Toy ones work the same way. Like I said, I haven't run into one yet, but I'm assuming it's probably very similar. I'm going to go ahead and press in the reset button. And then I'm going to go ahead and just press this in, and that's going to set it to kind of the GQ driver mode. You'll hear it say GQ driver. And we go ahead and attach it. And then we spin. So you can see it says Laser 2016, which is pretty cool. Now, normally we would hit the button on this and then hit the button on this, but hitting the button on this does nothing. As we know, it's purely ornamental. But it'll do it itself if you just hit the button on this. And then we spin. So there you go. This still says critical, just like Xade's does, and then time break. So because when you spin it, it's hitting the button again, so it knows to move to the next sound. So you do not have to press this button, because obviously it does nothing. So we'll check it out with the G-Con Grenade. We'll go ahead and pop it on. So you can see it doesn't react like typical DX ones do, and the reason for that, when you're pressing the button down, and let me turn the sound off on this just so it doesn't go off. When you press the trigger, it's hitting this button here and making it raise up, which would normally hit the second button on a DX Ridewatch, but there is no button here, so that's just moving around in this empty space. So that's why it's not triggering any sounds out of this. I mean, it already doesn't light up because it doesn't have lights in it, but you can kind of get a sound like whatever you're up to when you put it on there. This bar here will hit the first one, so it'll kind of make a sound when you first attach it, but it's not going to be any additional sounds by hitting the trigger like the DX ones do. It's just how these work. So I think this is a really nice little set. I think the magazine's really nice, especially if you don't have a ton of experience with older riders from Heisei, because this is a really nice book giving you kind of a nice either 1 or 2 page spread of every single rider, all the way back through Kuga, which is all the Heisei riders. And it's just really nice. A lot of nice pictures, a lot of nice information. Again, I can't read all of it, unfortunately, but if you can read Japanese, definitely makes it a slam dunk. The Ridewatch, I think, is a lot of fun. I love the color scheme. I like the picture. I love all the sounds that you get. Obviously, it's not as amazing as a DX, but I don't think it's really fair to hold it to that because it's not meant to be. If we're going to get all these crazy riders, there's no way they're going to be able to give us DX versions of every Ridewatch. So with these kind of candy toy and gashapon ones, I think there's still a lot of fun to be had. Yes, they don't have lights and they don't have as many sounds in them, but the sounds that you get are very nice. And I was actually really impressed that the batteries were included because I thoroughly expected them not to have their own batteries. So can't really complain there. So I think it's a lot of fun. If you can get a hold of this set, I definitely recommend it. I got mine on Amazon Japan. I think they're sold out now, but keep checking. They might come back in stock. It could pop up on AmiAmi or HLJ or Toy Collectibles, something like that. So definitely keep an eye out, but I definitely think it's worth picking up. I love X8, so I'm definitely going to try and get all of the X8 riders, and this is a good step in that direction. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.